What's going on, everybody? It's Adiar here, back with another strat video for Torchlight Infinite. And I wanted to bring you guys a strategy that did not involve running the canvas at all. So that's what I went ahead and did over the course of my last stream. I do want to go ahead and just preemptively apologize. I am feeling very sick. So you'll probably hear it in my voice. And that's also why there's no cam today. But I've got the DJ there to keep you guys company while we go through this information. Now, if this is the type of video that you typically find interesting or look for Torchlight, go ahead and throw me a like or a sub. I do appreciate all that we've gotten over the last couple videos. It's been an amazing start to a brand new channel. And I truly appreciate the just support that I've gotten from everybody in regard to Torchlight. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just hop straight into the information and we'll go over the strategy, what we made, what we found, and see if it's something that you might want to do. All right, so in regard to the actual strategy and our testing methodology, we are running Tier 8 Blistering Lava Zone. We bought 100 compasses at 0.4 feet each. We are using familiar Eterna compasses, which is going to be these purple compasses here. These we paid 2.6 each for a stack at 400. We're using the Judge compasses, which are 6.1 feet each for and then we're also using God of War compasses. This is what my starting inventory looked like. I did have to buy a couple things, and I did have to buy more than I wanted to on some of this stuff. That's just how it goes sometimes, you know. Stack sizes don't quite match up with what you need. But I took a screenshot of this just to show you what my starting inventory was. So it was 100 of each of these, and then we had a stack of Netherrealm Resonance. Everything else that was in my character's inventory, I threw onto another character so as to not taint the results. And then anything that's over the 100 here, I'm going to be subtracting from our totals. So 26 of the beacons, 11 of these, 7 of those, we're going to be subtracting from our total costs. So this is our starting inventory going into the testing, and this is our results after the 100 map test. We got 551 raw fee, and I do want to make sure that I let you know that for the divination cards, we turned in every possible set of divination cards that we got. We turned them in. What's left over is what I counted for the spreadsheet. So that's why it's part of why our numbers look a little bit high. We actually did not complete a windfall set. We got almost there. We got 8 out of 9 of the 100 windfall. We didn't quite finish it though. So between the embers, we got like almost 60, a little bit over 60. We got almost 100. We didn't get any of the, we obviously didn't get the 200 feet compass. But we also didn't get any of the, good machines or might compasses in that. So even like a single one of those compasses would have, like even the cheapest compass from that we didn't get would have increased this by 50%. So compasses did pretty good in my opinion. Assorted cards, a little bit over 116 here. This would have tanked significantly had we finished that windfall set, but then of course our raw fee would have increased by 100. So there's that. Speaking specifically on the cube, we got 150 fee worth of desire cores. We had 5 of those drop. We had a bunch of corners drop. There's only 4 of the corners that I would actually consider sellable, which is what I included here, which is the 104. The legendary wedges, we dropped 32 of those, coming out to 304 fee. And in divinity stones, we got 14,743 divinity stones. And that came out to just under 400. So returns on cube looking real good. I do have another write-up that I'll show you once I finish going through this. That'll show I did turn in all the divinity stones just to see how everything panned out for us. And then of course for our Eterna, we got almost 90 off of tiers, 117 from the big eternal reverberations. Not much off of fleeting and not much off of pages, as is to be expected. The assorted beacons we got about 23 fee from that. We had 3 non-legendary slates that were sellable. They were barely sellable though. They only came out to 16 fee. We didn't get anything crazy off of that. I will tell you right now, I rolled cube for the first 30 or so maps. I stopped rolling cube. I didn't put points into it. I don't have the pet for it. If you want to roll the cube, it will technically increase your per map earnings. I hate rolling cube. I find it slow. I find it grating. I don't know how many times I can roll out 800 desire beads and get 2 fee worth of stuff back. I can't do it. Not to say you can't win big off of there. It's not for me. We did track our resonance. We made almost a full stack of resonance back. Or a full stack of resonance over what we had. So we almost had 2 full stacks of resonance by the time this was done. And then our wedges we got 89 wedge drops here. Pretty good. And then there was some miscellaneous stuff that dropped as well, like memory threads and whatnot that were not specifically part of this, but I did go ahead and calculate that out as well. That came out to 111.05. So our pre-tax total was 2,203. After tax was adjusted, it came out to 1,996. Our cost per every map that we ran was 11.73 fee. That includes the cost of the beacon itself, all three of our compasses, and the cost of the 31 Netherrealm resonance that it takes to enter the map with a full set of map mods. When we ran our maps, I'll go ahead and show you what we were doing here. We had all of our compasses in, and then I'll just click any zone. It doesn't really matter. We had all of our compasses in, and then we had full affixes in. So this is going to be a bit harder than the test that I was showing you previously for the canvas. This is triple compass. This is maximum. This is like all affixes there. So you are going to need a bit of a beefier build than what I showed you for the entry canvas strategy, where you could do that one with about 200 mil. You're not doing this strategy with 200 mil. It can't happen. The judges and the bosses from Eterna, especially when they're stacked with mods, you're just not going to have the damage for that. So just make sure you consider that when considering this is going to be a strategy for you. Again, our cost per map was 11.73 fee, and then our profit for every map ran was 8.24, which means every map that we ran, we essentially made almost 20 fee on. Essentially. So I think that's pretty good. You're going to have to decide based on your own mapping speed if this is a strategy that works for you. I did want to do a per map breakdown because I know everybody's going to be moving a little bit differently here. Now, for example, if you can keep your map times to about 1 minute, so 60 maps an hour, you're looking at just shy of 500 fee profit per hour, and that's no canvas. That's also no legendary pet. This is what I was running while doing the testing. I have a level 6 Happy Chunky. I have a level 6 Cloud Gatherer, and then a level 3 Surging Gold. No legendary pets here. I don't have a Chalk. I don't have a Kong. I didn't run any pets for Eterna or anything like that. I just ran basic drop pets while doing the testing. And then what I want to show you now is what we got after turning in the Divinity Stones, which is right over here. As you can see, our number does go up ever so slightly. So we get 8.69. And again, if you can keep your maps to about 1 minute, this is what you're going to be looking at there. That's going to be just a bit over. So we're looking at 5. So we go from 494 to 521. The biggest thing there is just the raw fee that we're getting off of there. Also, look at the wedge difference. 89 wedges, 554 wedges. You get so many wedges. We also got 4 ultimate embers, which is why our miscellaneous jumped from 111 to 191. Please do note that anytime I am taking down unit prices for items, I'm looking at the absolute lowest posted price when I click price check, which means that typically you're going to be getting more because that lowest price is almost never what the true price is. So just keep that in mind. But I'd rather undersell something than oversell something. But anyway, we went ahead and we turned in all of our Divinity Stones. We got a ton of wedges. We got the Ultimate Embers. We got a ton of fee. And then the reason is the tax adjusted goes up like it does is because we don't need to we don't need to tax our fee. Our raw fee, we just have that. We don't need to take it out. So we're only taxing everything here. This number is not taxed. Now, as far as the actual mechanics themselves, we've got this right here that I want to show you. I found this to be rather interesting. So for Cube, we had 40 points of our tree invested into the cube, and a total of 610 fee over 100 maps. Of that, just looking at the cube-specific drops, we got 994.31 fee for a return on investment of 63%. Eterna, however, Eterna was 25 points with 260 fee invested, and we got back 226.13, looking at only reverberations, tiers, and pages, bringing our return on investment there to negative 13. I do want to preface one thing here, or just mention one thing. The league-specific drops are not the only thing that you're getting off of the Eterna bosses or the cube bosses. I, for example, have seen more than once where an Eterna boss would drop a stack of 10, 20, up to, I've actually seen a 30 drop, which I didn't know was possible at 8-0. So you are getting more than what's going to be shown here, specifically off of those boxes. I just, to track every single drop off of the boxes individually would just be far too much work for me to do, and I apologize. So you're just, it's really just going to be up to you if it's something that you opt to run. I think overall you do, your return on investment is going to be in the positive for Eterna. It's just not going to show solely in the Eterna specific drops, if you understand what I mean. So anyway, that is the strat. I'll go ahead and I will post the code for the build that I have down in the pinned comment below. I normally would try to stream for you all, and I do apologize. It's just I cannot do it. I tried to do a stream the other night. I can't find the energy to give you, to be any kind of it, to be entertaining enough to warrant asking someone to come watch me. So once I'm through this illness, I'll be back to streaming normally again. And I will, of course, be working on things behind the scenes, since I don't need to have stream on to record a strat. I just need to make sure I'm diligent in my findings. So with that due, I hope this strategy is something that maybe you'll look into. Showed you that you don't have to run canvas to make money. But anyway, I'm out of here. Hopefully this helps, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.